The other guy that has been really good, rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, opened a lot of eyes. He talked today about the biggest lessons he learned from his rookie season.
I think the biggest lesson that I learned was it's not the fastest, or it's not the strongest, or it's not the smartest teams that are successful in this, this business and in this league. I think anybody would agree that on paper, we're better than dang near any of the teams that you're really seeing, in the playoffs and things like that. Those teams that can do the right things at the right time, and those teams that have 11 people who can do the job, when it's called for. So that's the biggest lesson that I really took, just in terms of the brotherhood really matters. That's something that I would really like see, is just this team to be a team, and the brotherhood to be a brotherhood, and just a unit to be a unit. And that's the biggest thing that I really learned, just in terms of what we should look towards next year.
And Ashley, I know you wrote an article, and go ahead, and I'm kind of setting you up to talk about the article that you wrote with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. JOK has been such an interesting player to me this season. And even when the Browns drafted him, just the fact that he was even available in the second round for them to take. And then Andrew Berry was super aggressive in trading up to make sure they got him when he was still available. So I really just wondered, he's such a interesting player in terms of the fans already love him. He's so good at so many different things. He can stick his nose between a tackle and go get a quarterback as easily as he can cover a wide receiver. And at the same time, he's super good at tackling, obviously. But at the same time, just realizing, I don't know that much about this guy. How did he get like this? So I kind of set out to talk to all of these people who have known him for years, who coincidentally, people from his high school, Bethel High School in the Hampton Roads region of Virginia, they all still stay in touch with him, but all of them sort of said too, he's just always been like this. His high school coach talked about seeing him on the youth league fields and seeing him run around and doing all of these things that he does for the Browns now, to obviously a different level. But that's always kind of been in his game. And he played a similar position in high school. And then obviously he played Notre Dame's rover position, which I think is part of the reason why the Browns liked him, that it's this really hybrid position that players can do a lot if they play it well. And I think we saw JOK do that this year. And also, it's just super interesting to hear his mentality. He's a very cerebral, intense guy. Earlier this year, we heard about his note-taking abilities. And I think when you realize how academic-minded he is, and how much his mom especially stressed that when he was growing up, it really allowed him to excel this year, even though he was unlucky with some of those injuries and landing on the COVID list in camp, I believe it was. And obviously had the weightlifting accident in camp that had him unable to wear his helmet. He had the high ankle sprain. All of that happened to him, and he was still able to make a tangible impact for this team, and I think prove that he was worth trading up in the draft to get, and that the Browns got really lucky that no one else took him in the first round.
Yeah, he fits what this defense wants to do, and it'll be really fun to watch him grow.